Well, hello, everybody.
Yo.
Hello. Here we are for the first time. On camera.
Yeah, you can't hide anything anymore.
It's our big debut.
When we scramble for the Grammys grinders.
Yeah.
That's right. Too bad I got mine already.
I have mine, but I need stats.
That's all right. That's what the people are going to see. The people are finally going to see what it looks like when we do a podcast. I think this is such a fun window into our life.
I don't have a Grammys grinder yet.
There you go.
You're gonna see me scrolling.
That's
You're
it.
gonna see me scrolling.
So, we teased this last week. We were here last week. Now you see where we are in front of this amazing sign and cool backdrop made by the one and only Jack Walker again. That is a free shout out. We must not proceed any further without mentioning that any of the brand names you see on this table we do not endorse. We do not endorse any of them.
We are not sponsored.
We're not sponsored by any of them. We're not sponsored by any of them except for this one right here. It's
Not sponsored. You know who we are affiliated with?
We are affiliated with.
We are affiliated with Dead Threads.
That's right.
And if you like really cool sports shirts, awesome designs, a little punk rocky, we'll say, deadthreads.shop.
Yeah, they're like slightly metal.
They are a little metal. We'll wear one at one point.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna wear today, but then you guys said red, white, and blue.
Yeah, I was thinking
No,
about
well,
it.
two of us got the memo. But
I'll
know
give you
what?
the explanation. But Dead Threads. Go to deadthreads.shop. Pick out a really cool team. Now, again, these are not affiliated with MLB, NFL, NCAA, NHL. Find your city that you enjoy. Pick out a shirt. And at checkout, Nikki, what are we doing?
We're gonna use code STAYFULL all caps for 10%
10% off.
off.
That's awesome. Good work,
Yeah.
fellas.
Always.
So here we are. We are live on camera. One place that I do always want to shout out, and I am wearing the shirt I wore to work today, since I am a member of the lifeguard team.
I thought you were going to say lifeguard community.
I am a member of the lifeguarding community. Not to be confused with the people whose profession it is to guard oceans, because there needs to be a distinction made that I am not nearly qualified enough to save anybody in an ocean.
Nary a current.
No undertow, no rip current, no wake surfing. But Kiwi, yes, Kiwi Country Day Camp is the reason why I'm very dark right now, because I'm out in the sun all day. And so I want to get out of the way a few shout outs since the whole camp is listening and watching. Now, I want to shout out my little fam of Leo, Luke, Nate, and Danny. I think Danny is starting next week. We haven't seen him make an appearance yet, but shout out to the four of you. Shout out to all my groups that said they were going to listen. I'm going to make my mom listen. Okay, take it easy. And I also want to shout out to Matt Schiff, who started a new trend among the camp community. I haven't said anything to you guys on purpose, because this.
Is this the story you told Mom and Dad?
Yes.
Oh, I heard this.
There's a story. Do you have time for a small story?
A smidgen of one.
Okay. So on my birthday, which was Friday.
Yep. Happy birthday.
Thank you. No, I wasn't looking for that. I was just setting the stage here, setting the scene, if I may. It was my birthday Friday, and Matt Schiff, who runs our morning assembly, wanted to interview me for my birthday, because I'm Chris Walker at the camp, and everybody knows who I am, yada yada.
He is bragging, but he's also very true.
I'm not bragging whatsoever. I'm just being serious. To anybody that's not at the camp, I am serious, and to anybody that's at the camp, they're like, yeah, that's true.
He's a celebrity there.
It's so silly. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, so we had too much vanilla yogurt at the camp. There was too much, and not enough strawberry. Everybody was taking a strawberry the first day of camp. They almost sold out of strawberry. So Matt Schiff asked me, he goes, Chris, when I interview you, I want to ask what you attribute your physique to, how you got so strong over the past year. And I want you to say that it was because of the vanilla yogurt at camp. I said, sure, I got you, man. No problem. Sure enough, the interview happens. I say, go eat the vanilla yogurt at camp here at the cafe, the Dan and Vanilla Yogurt, if you want to get strong like me. I kid you not. The camp sold out of vanilla yogurt in that day. The camp sold out. Not only did it sell out of,
Booby, can you send me money? I need to get vanilla yogurt.
it doesn't cost anything. I shouldn't say sold out. It's free.
Fair.
It's included in the small cost of admission to the camp.
They better not have to pay for
They better not have to pay for anything else. Let's be honest. But anyway, not only that, but the CITs, which is counselor in training, decided that I'm not Chris Walker anymore. That's not my name anymore. My name at camp is not Chris Walker. It's Chris Swimmer.
Oh.
I kid you not.
Oh.
Can you hit the boo button?
Yeah, no,
No.
that's pretty bad.
My name is now Chris Swimmer. And it's not just like a passing fad. The whole camp calls me Chris Swimmer now. Like, that's a real thing. I'm now Chris Swimmer. It is. It's a thing. So a few people really hate it, and so they still call me Chris Walker.
Yeah, let me in with those people.
Yeah,
That's
me
okay.
too, me too.
But I don't like Chris Walker and Chris Swimmer. People, again, because of that silly birthday thing, everybody's coming up to me, showing me the vanilla yogurt. So now every day I have to eat a vanilla Danimals. Damn, I have to have
They're
one.
good though.
Because
I like
they are,
vanilla.
and that's the one I would get.
I'm a
but I don't.
Faye guy though.
But I don't know. Okay, we don't do fire at Kiwi. Okay, we got it. There are costs. But anyway, I have to eat a vanilla yogurt every day now
I mean, yeah.
because every time I'm eating lunch, trying to have like a minute of peace, all the kids are like, Chris Walker or Chris Swimmer. I have vanilla yogurt. Where's your yogurt? And I hold it up. I'm like, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see your muscles. They all flex. It's a whole thing. It's wild. And if anybody watching is at camp, you know exactly what I mean. This is not made up. I promise.
Mila actually told me that one, yes, vanilla in all caps. We love vanilla. So you are right. But she also told me that she listened last week. She heard the shout out and she was crying listening to it.
Yes.
I don't know why she was crying. Maybe because she thought it was funny.
Yeah. No, that's what she said. She told me it was funny.
Yeah.
I see her all the time. I see her all the time at camp now at the pool. It's nice to see all these people that I never got to talk to. No, Mila's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's cool. Anyway, that was my little story. Thank you for indulging me. Somebody else say something.
So this topic, right? We didn't have time to cook because Chris is so busy eating yogurt and Nikki's so busy stacking it. See, it was close. You're not in the dairy section.
Very
but
close.
I
I
tried
mean, we
to
do
do it.
stack things that aren't produce, like with the kombucha and the.
All right, that's close
the
enough. What about the
salsa.
kefir?
The who?
Okay, never mind.
Kefir?
Kefir.
Yeah, it's like kind of like yogurt.
It's basically yogurt.
I
It's
don't
like
know
drinkable
kefir.
yogurt. It's like drinkable yogurt.
That's dairy, bro.
It's like cultured milk, so to speak. Anyway,
Nonetheless, I don't remember where I was going with that, but I don't know when this episode is going to release because we still have yet to decide an editing date. But
don't pay any attention.
the the NBA,
Wow.
the
Wow.
NBA draft happened last week. The MLB draft is happening soon. Tomorrow, while we're recording this, tomorrow is the 4th of July.
Tomorrow.
So it's draft time, baby. We did our favorite barbecue foods last year right around this time, and that was our biggest episode, I believe.
Mhm.
Almost our biggest episode. Eli's was still our biggest episode.
It's crazy. Done in your basement.
But the drafts, we're getting there, and this time we're doing our favorite chips. Now, for you guys that aren't listeners or new listeners, how our drafts go, like snake drafts, and we usually go with our favorite list, not the favorite, and then we're gonna have you guys vote on our Instagram story. Chris will shout out our Instagram at the end
Look
of
at-
the hour.
Look at how toasted
That's-
that cheese it is. Look at how toasted that is.
Burn.
No, this is what you want when it says extra toasty.
Already getting heartburn from that.
Oh, it
And I'm
tastes so
still-
good.
Still gonna eat it. So we're gonna do our chip draft. Now, again, some ground rules. I see some things that aren't traditional.
No, those aren't chips. Those
Yeah,
aren't chips.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Only two things on this table are chips, and it's the Doritos and the Lay's. pretzels. I just wanted to bring salty snacks to eat while we talk.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know if it's such a big
We're
deal.
gonna do our chip draft. I guess we'll start. We'll have Siri pick a letter or number for us.
Is that also my Nikki Try stuff too, right there?
Could be your Nikki.
Oh, it is.
The Doritos.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for that one.
Yeah, you're trying a Dorito. It doesn't taste like cheese, Nick.
All right. So here we go. You have a number between 1 and 10. You have a number between 1 and
I
10.
do.
I have a number between 1 and 10.
Okay.
Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 10.
It's good.
The number was 8.
Let's
Wait,
go.
wait, wait,
I said 8.
That was your number?
I said 8 too. No,
Oh,
I
it
said
was
8.
8?
I swear to God, I said 8.
That's why I bet.
What?
That's what I was
That's what
gonna
I
say.
said. I swear to God, I said 8.
Okay.
Why did we not say them out loud?
Yeah, that was stupid.
No, but I swear to
Mine
God,
was 3.
I have no reason to lie.
On Grammy. On our Grammy, I said 8 as well. I believe you.
Okay.
8 is
On our
always my
penny,
first
I said
number.
8 on our
8 is always my number. I'm sure
All right,
it's
so
always
you
yours.
two just go through it.
Okay.
Can you
Yeah.
say the number out loud?
We go to the finals. 5.
4.
Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 10. It was 2.
So
Let's
Nick
go.
got
So Nikki, Chris, and Ant. And I don't feel at all worried right now.
I'm not worried. I
I'm
could have
still
gone
getting
last.
I'm
and
still
I
getting my
would've been
first
fine.
round.
So we're each picking 3.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go.
Now, since we're on camera, we can kind of rattle through these a little bit quicker.
I was
Yeah.
No, I'm saying then in our. I'm explaining to the listeners or the viewers.
Yeah,
All
how
right,
about
viewers.
that?
Number 1 in this draft for me is gonna be the Wavy Lay's chip,
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
and I'm sticking with it. It's better than the classic, and it is classic,
I agree.
and the texture is fantastic. The taste is fantastic. I love them. You could say what you want if that's a number 1 or not. Chris, go ahead.
I think Wavy Lays are the best chip in the world. I think they are. That would have been my number 1 easily, but I knew you were going to take it. And I know somebody else in our family that also agrees that Wavy Lays are the best chip ever, and it's Mom.
Yep.
Are you and no, I'm not picking this, but I think that the Wavy Lays lightly salted are better than the regular Wavy Lays.
Oh, I agree. It has to be lightly salted. I just didn't specify because I figured they're kind of the same.
No, they are. No, I couldn't. I cannot. That would be
Yeah.
unfair for me.
Yeah.
I'm going with the classic lay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because when we're building this draft, when we're building this for the viewers, what is the most identifiable chip? And it's the classic yellow bag.
Yeah. It
You
is.
can't eat just one. Like, it's not the honey barb. It's the yellow classic. And so since my favorite one ever was taken, I had to go with the second best. But still a very strong number one. Has to go in the first round. Undoubted. If it didn't go in the first round,
I
it's
agree.
not a credible draft.
I agree.
Classic
Anthony
Lays.
disagrees, but
Go ahead,
No,
Anthony.
I don't
Pick the
disagree.
tortilla
I
chip.
don't-
Go ahead.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't disagree. I think the Wavy Lays are an elite choice, but I'm going with the number 1 snack food, the number 1 chip. That's the Funyun, baby.
No!
Wow.
It's the
That's
Funyun.
terrible!
What?
wow.
They're oniony! Ew!
Yeah, Funyuns are
Shockingly, you picked something with onions in it.
Wow.
Funyuns.
Shockingly!
Funyuns are the best. They're the best chip.
Wait till
Anthony, strategically, I think you could have saved that.
You
for
could have
the last
saved that
pick,
for the
because neither
40th
of us
round.
picked it.
that could have been the last one on the board, and you could have had it. That's like the worst snack food of all time. And how is that a chip?
It's a chip.
Are we going with that's a chip?
I mean,
If that's a chip, then a Cheez-It should be a chip.
No, because I don't know. No, because they're called baked snack crackers. Cheez-It's a cracker.
Okay, so what's a Funyun called? Let's see.
A Funyun, I'm pretty sure it's a chip.
I'm not on the
snack is
Wii.
a Funyun? What kind of snack is a Funyun?
It's like an onion ring.
No, I know what it is. I'm saying look that up in Google.
I can't. My Wi-Fi's off.
Your refeed?
Okay, Funyun is classified as an onion flavored ring.
Onion flavor.
Listen,
That's
I'll
so
give it to you. I'll give
gross.
it-
But
because-
they make Funyun flavored Wavy Lays. Not my favorite.
We can no. That is not
No.
a qualifiable guess. I'll give you Funyuns
I'm
though,
going Funyun.
because it was such a bad take that I'll give it to you.
And now my second pick.
Okay, pick a real chip
My
now.
second pick, technically, if we're being honest here, this is technically not a chip, but you can consider it.
He's 2 for 2.
No, you can. It's No, it's not, because this is technically it's technically not a. It's technically.
Say it.
On a Wednesday.
I wanna
It's
hear
a Pringle. The Pringles.
That's a chip.
No, it's not.
How?
Look it up.
Here we go.
So a Funyun's
Look it
a
up.
chip and a
A
Pringle's
Pringle-
not
I'm
a
not
chip.
even gonna
A Pringle's
entertain
not a chip.
this.
A Pringle's not a chip because it's not one potato. They are potato flakes that are ground down and then remashed into a chip form.
Cares. Okay.
Funyun 1, Pringle 2.
Like it's.
I'm not sure what's next.
I mean, okay, sure. That's the worst list of all time. All right. This is not a problem. I can't believe this is available to me. There's no way that I'm able to pick a Tostito.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
How would you? The scoops, the Cantina, the yellow,
Oh, this is the best. The Cantina.
the Cantina,
Into lime.
hint of lime,
Those are good.
not to be outdone.
I like the circles.
The jalapeno ones are also good.
The
The rounds are
Yeah.
good. And I'll tell you what else is good. The restaurant style
Yeah.
salsa is good. I don't care. We're making homemade salsa. It's a pain to make homemade salsa. You gotta blanch the tomatoes. You gotta do the. Just buy the salsa. It saves you time. And the restaurant style medium salsa with like the purple writing or whatever is the best. Tostitos, tortilla chips. Lay's and Tostitos, they're at every party. Go ahead, Nick.
So I get 2 picks in a row.
That's right, it's a snake drive.
All right, so you guys have really tied my hands behind my back here because.
Oh, with the Funyun pick?
No, with you taking both of the only chips I eat. So for my second pick, I have to go to my dark horse. That was gonna be my third pick, and for my third pick, I need to think about it while I'm making the second pick.
All right, let's hear it.
You're probably gonna be more mad at me than you were for Anthony. Honest to God,
Just say it.
because it's not a chip,
All right.
but it is. My second pick is the chocolate chip.
I hate you.
No.
Come on, no,
No,
that counts.
that's
That
not-
counts. I
that-
asked my
that's
parents.
veto.
I asked my parents. Funyun counts, and a chocolate chip doesn't count. At least there's chip in the name, man. I'm
That-
taking it.
that goes-
I'm taking it.
That goes against
Is it a
the
chip? Is it a
integrity
chip?
of the
Is it a
draft.
Goes against the
Is it a
integrity.
chip?
You just
Is it a chip?
single-handedly won me this
Is it
entire
a chip?
draft. Thank
Is it a
you.
I
chip?
think I want to take it.
It's a no. It's not. It's a morsel.
It's a chip.
It's a
What
morsel.
does it say? So what's a Funyun?
I already told him it's not a chip, but he argued with me. A chocolate chip.
At least it
It's
has
a-
chip in the name.
Fair, I will say that. But it's not a chip. It's not a
It is
salty
a chip of
snack.
chocolate. It is a chip of chocolate. Is it the salty snack draft or the chip draft? Because
A
when
chip is a snack food in the form of a crisp, flat, or slightly bowl-shaped, bite-sized unit.
well, I would call it chocolate chip. A bowl-shaped, bite-sized unit.
No, it's not.
I have never. I've seen nary a chocolate chip that looks like this.
Well, I've seen
I've
nary
seen-
a Funyun that looks like that.
They're crispy. Oh my god.
At least a Funyun is a baked snack item.
Brother.
Or
A
fried.
chocolate chip's a chip. Like straight up. Like swear to God.
That is wrong. That is a complete undermining of this draft.
How?
And it's not like you're hijacking it and winning it out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
yeah.
You're making yourself considerably worse.
Considerably worse. What do you mean? Chocolate chip is fantastic.
But that's not what we're drafting, you dummy.
Well, we're drafting chips, are we not? Did I not get the memo? Hold on.
We're not drafting chocolate. If I can't
What?
pick a
How
pretzel,
are we looking on a draft?
if I
What
can't,
about a chip draft? Love that. Book it. Guys, what? Did they say, how about a salty snack draft? How about a
So then,
Lay's draft?
if you-
How about no. How about a
if you
chip draft?
pick Funyuns and you pick chocolate chips,
Yep.
then I could pick a pretzel. But I'm not going to.
But a pretzel isn't a chip.
Neither is a Funyun.
I agree.
Neither is a chocolate chip. That's not a chip.
Stop calling it a chocolate chip.
Oh. Oh boy.
Next.
Dude, you're being
Just say the third one.
Say your third one.
I have to go to the only other thing I've tried, so I'm going to salt and vinegar.
Oh,
Sorry.
you're the worst draft.
It's the only other one I've tried,
I think
man.
it's worse than Funyuns.
You tied my hands behind my back.
So you went and picked chocolate chip. I can't believe you picked that.
You could have said plantain chip, and that would have
I've
been
never
far
eaten a
better.
plantain chip. I've not eaten any
Does
chip
that surprise you?
other than wavy, classic, Tostitos, and salt and vinegar.
What a
And
shame.
I don't even really like salt and
There's
vinegar.
There's Doritos.
I am
sitting on
not-
the-
All right,
eating
let's just
Doritos.
wipe the floor with both of you. Doritos is my third choice.
Which
Thank
flavor?
you. Doritos. No.
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 They're different.
No. And I'll tell you why it's not different. Because I can't pick Wavy Lay's lightly salted.
Yeah, but it's pretty much the same exact thing. A Doritos nacho chip and a Doritos Cool Ranch and a Doritos Sweet Chili are three completely different chips.
Cool Ranch. Next.
Alright, I'd like to change my.
No, you
No,
get no.
it's
Bye.
fine.
It's
No,
done.
I didn't
It's
know.
fine.
No,
You
I
pick
didn't know.
chocolate chip, you lose.
No, I didn't know. I'm taking Cantina style Tostitos.
No.
So he can pick a different
all
Doritos.
the
But wait, nobody
They're
else picked
flavor
Doritos.
different.
Nobody else picked
Wait, you don't know
Doritos.
what
They're
he's picking?
flavor
You don't know what he's
different.
picking?
Well, that sucks for him.
They are flavor different though.
So are
Wait a
they-
minute.
So are they Tostitos?
But as a member of this snake draft, as the second picker of the draft, I don't care what he has waiting in the wings. I picked Cool Ranch Doritos, which takes Doritos out of the mix for everybody. He sucks
No,
because.
you can't take. If you take Cool Ranch, it doesn't take everything out of the mix.
So then, why can't he pick Cantina Tostitos,
They're-
and why can't I pick lightly
agree.
salted
They're the same-
Wavy Lays?
because they're the same thing.
What is?
This is such a corrupt draft.
No, it's not. What is the difference?
All right, I really don't care what you pick. I pick Cool Ranch Doritos. Your turn. You can pick whatever you want because mine is way better than both yours. Chocolate chip, Milka chocolate.
I've left some things on the table that I enjoy.
Mine better than the Funyun.
You're not going to be happy with this one either.
If he picks three
This is the
non-chips-
best draft of
If
all
he
time.
picks three non-chips, I swear to God.
You
You're
picked
never
the
gonna say
non-chip.
nothing
The
about my
last one,
fucking
the last
chip
one
again.
is a chip. And it is the rye chip.
Oh dear God. Why did you two make this so easy on me?
The rye chip.
You took two of the
You
things.
know what I'm talking
You
about.
have the first pick.
Your turn.
Yeah, and I took one.
Sorry.
Thank you. I'm talking about
I
the
don't know
rye
what a rye
chip,
chip is.
the rye chip and the little brown chip
In Chex
from
Mix.
Chex Mix. They sell them. It's like D. Geppetto's or whatever the brand is. I'm sorry if I'm killing it, but I'll use it for the graphic.
Yeah.
They make just the
Oh,
bag of those.
Gardettos?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
D. Geppetto's.
San Giovanni.
Gardettos. I think it's that. I will eat just those. They're my favorites.
They're very good.
I buy them when I go.
That's
to
a
Plains.
chip. That's a good one. That's finally a good
I
one.
have two chips on my list.
I can't.
No,
So-
actually, I have three on my list.
So we will recap here. Nikki has gone with the
Oh,
wavy,
dear God.
the wavy lay,
Yep.
the chocolate chip.
So bad.
It's bad.
Dog,
And the salt
No,
and
no, no.
vinegar Lay's chip.
I will refuse to sit here and take this when he picked Funyun. I swear to God. I will refuse to take any heat over chocolate chip when it literally is a chip.
And
It
then you
says
try to tell
chocolate
Chris,
chip.
Chris.
And he's gonna sit here and tell me a crunchy onion ring is a chip.
Nikki, if you go to a party tomorrow for the 4th of July,
Shout rip to all the Ruffles that are gonna get left out.
Ruffle would have been my pick. I love Ruffles.
Ruffles would have been better than Funyuns, but okay. Anyway.
No, Funyun's my favorite chip. Where will you find the chocolate chips? This is I have two
The
different
chocolate chips will be in
And
the
with
the
pantry!
baking. No,
In the
no,
pantry!
I'm saying in the store. They're with the baking supplies.
Oh, I thought you meant in someone's house.
No.
They're in the baking aisle with the
Yeah.
flour, the sugar,
Yes. Where are
the
the
spices?
Funyuns? Where are the Funyuns?
with the chips. I
Thank
will
you.
give you that.
Okay, where are the pretzels?
Pretzels are
Where the
also
chips?
with-
Yeah, but I was told I
Where are the
was.
chips away? Where are the cookies? Where are this? Where are that?
The cookies are not.
Where are
in
the
chip
crackers?
aisle.
Where are the crackers?
Crackers are far different than chips.
So where
I'm
are
not
they?
here,
Where are
but-
they though?
Here's the thing,
Also-
though, Nick. Here, wait a minute. Hold on, Anthony. I want to make a point. Pretzels are my favorite snack ever.
Give me this box of heartburn.
Pretzels are my favorite snack food of all time. Yet I had the restraint to not try to be daring and pick a pretzel, knowing full well it's not a chip. So you're out here picking chocolate morsels, okay? Little Nestle Nugs, and that's not in the spirit of the game. But I let it go, and I decided to pick Cool Ranch Doritos, and then you tell me that he can pick a different flavor. I'm done.
I didn't tell
If
you
you
that.
go to a 4th of July
He
party,
was trying.
if you go to a
He
4th
was
of,
telling you that.
if you go to a 4th of July party tomorrow,
I like nacho cheese too, but I don't like Doritos that much. I just think
No.
they're gonna win the draft.
if you go to a 4th of July party tomorrow, on the chip and dip table, there may be Funyuns. Could happen. Probably not.
Yeah,
in your
how about
house. Could happen somewhere.
Yeah,
There will
Charles
never,
Street.
there will never be. Thank you for doxing me. There will never be. There will never be a bowl of chocolate chips
There will be cookies with chocolate chips. Though.
Although
next to the French onion dip.
I have to say, if there was a bowl of chocolate chips and a bowl of Funyuns, I know where I'm going
I do
first.
too.
And it's not the Funyuns.
And
I'm taking the Funyuns and I'm
last but
finding a
not
place to
least-
stack them,
last
baby.
but not least, the chocolate chip was originally an English tea biscuit that resembled a chip of wood in shape.
What?
By definition,
Fair.
a chocolate.
All right, you did the research. There you go. Say la vie. All right, next.
What's on the docket, Christopher?
All right, we've got a lot to talk about today.
We didn't even recap the rest of our drafts. Look in the graphic. Vote on Instagram.
Vote on Instagram. You saw it. Rewind it. It's on YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. Just rewind it and watch it again. You know, you already know it was one. That was horrible. All right, anyway. We have in no particular order. We have a lot of basketball on the table today and some baseball, and some Grammys grinders. What do we say?
Sounds good.
Yes.
Shall we know it?
Yeah. For those of you now watching, our new watchers, our new viewers, in no particular order is, you know what? Let's, Chris, introduce these lovely listeners and watchers to your segment.
This is in no particular order. If you've been listening, you know what it is. If you're a WXCI fan, you know what it is. I'm going to talk about one good thing, one bad thing, and one bad thing. And that happened in the past week. In sports or in life, or it doesn't have to be sports. But this one happens to be all sports.
And the caveat, he forgot, the caveat is that these are in no particular order.
Right, I don't always go good, bad, ad. In fact, the bad will be last today. Because it's part of a lovely transition
Thank you.
piece we have today.
Look at my stats.
But I really should make the bad your draft, both of you, because that was horrific.
I have wavy leaves on my draft, so how are you saying that?
I'm not gonna go back to your second choice, but okay. Let's go,
Your draft was A-Rod on the Texas Rangers, by the way.
yeah.
Okay, that makes your draft some nobody that didn't even make the league.
Your
There you
first,
go.
his first draft pick. It was like drafting Rick DiPietro first overall. Anyway, the good this week is Miles Russell. If you don't know who Miles Russell is, you're gonna find out right now. He's a 15-year-old, and no, he does not go to Kiwi Country Day Camp. No, he is a PGA pro who made his PGA Tour debut at the Rocket Mortgage tournament. He shot a 2 over 74. He's 15. He was born. Now nobody makes you feel old yet, but now I'm gonna make you feel old. He was born in 2009.
That's crazy.
Okay? He signed autographs for 7-year-olds, 10-year-olds, other 15-year-olds, adults. He took his swings with the tour camera behind him. He had the press conference the day before the first round and after. The length of course he played was 7,370 yards.
That's ridiculous.
He played with 10 of the top 50 ranked players in the world, and he shot a 2 over 74. It's a very pedestrian round of golf. The guy's 15. He's in high school.
Just barely.
He's in the first half of high school.
Yeah.
Likely just finished his sophomore year of high school. So there's that.
That's
That is unbelievably good. That's a great.
That is.
It's incredible. That's all there is to say about it. Yeah. All right. Ready for the ad? I've got a problem. I'm looking into the camera, and I'm saying I got a problem. So you know how as we look past the camera and at the wall, we see Taekwondo accolades from our dad.
yes.
He's a second degree black belt. I'm a first degree black belt. I got a problem. I got made fun of at work. A coworker, I will not name them. I got made fun of at work when I said that I was a black belt in Taekwondo. I got made fun of. I got and the sport of Taekwondo was made fun of at camp. I want to know how many people can do Poen back both ways. How many people can do Poen? Can you do Poen, Nick?
I don't even know what that is.
I want to know how many people can do a turning kick at somebody's temple. That's a roundhouse for all you regular folk. A roundhouse right to the temple. I want to know how many people could do Kwangay.
I don't know what that is either.
Okay then. There's a lot of slander on the sport of Taekwondo, and people don't understand what kind of dedication it takes for you to earn any belt, let alone a black belt. Somebody that does know is Jack Walker. Shout out Jack Walker. I also do too. I have a black belt, for the record. So if somebody wants to make fun of it, try to come at me and you'll get kicked in the head.
So, I'm gonna put my 2 cents.
Go ahead, make fun of it.
No, I'm not gonna make fun of it. It's a discipline.
It's a sport.
Okay,
Is
it's
it
a
an Olympic sport?
It's a sport.
Okay.
The practicality of it, I don't see it.
Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's I believe it's a South Korean form.
Yeah, what's the point of it?
Of martial art? It's more of a self-defense type
Thank you,
thing.
okay.
It's using your opponent's leverage and momentum against them.
Right.
I have an idea.
And furthermore, it is, like you said, there is a discipline aspect of it. And it helped a lot of kids like me who were hyperactive to have a positive outlet while also learning a technique to defend myself, should I, as I'm not the tallest. So what I lack in size, I make up for in flexibility, which is why I can do a split because of Taekwondo. Which is now translated over to a hockey career, a life of playing hockey.
You're a champ. It's a career.
That's right. And so I don't understand the slander on the sport of Taekwondo or martial arts in general,
Well, that's
because judo is one of them.
That's the thing is,
Kendo.
I think it has a lot to do with the emergence of mixed martial arts, because you don't see somebody that has a black belt in Jeet Kune Do winning the UFC heavyweight title. It's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and it's all that. And I think it's one of those where it's like, if you put somebody with a black belt in Taekwondo or a black belt with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, like, who's going to win that fight?
Well, those are two completely different martial arts.
Exactly. So I think because it's one of those where, because it's not A, B sucks. Because it's not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it sucks. Everything sucks because it's not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Because for normies, that's the only discipline of martial arts they know because of the UFC and the popularity of it.
I just couldn't disagree with that more.
I don't think you can quantify it because they don't fight each other. Like, it's two different fighting styles.
It's completely different. I don't
That's
think
like-
you could pit them against each
That's
other.
like saying, oh, boxers suck because they would lose to people that fight in the UFC.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
It is the
It's
same.
just not.
Because there's patterns, there's sparring.
No.
One steps.
No.
Yes.
If you ran up on the street right now and you didn't know it, but there's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and there's you. Everything is exactly the same, just the discipline you guys learn. Chris, respectfully, you're getting your ass kicked.
But that's because Taekwondo doesn't teach you to fight on the street with random people that might have a jiu-jitsu degree.
And
No,
in fairness, let's use a real world application, Anthony. I would be hard pressed to find somebody that does either of those things that would go after somebody on the street. Because both of those things are disciplines in and of it themselves.
Absolutely.
So I don't think that's a good thing to say, because that wouldn't happen.
This is a hypothetical situation, though.
And hypothetically, I don't know why there's slander in Taekwondo. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know whether there is either. I'm not saying there should be. I'm agreeing with you. It took a lot of hard work for you to get where you're at and the discipline in it. Cool. That's great.
The one thing, that's just my
That's what
problem.
I'm saying. Yeah, it's awesome, you know?
It doesn't mean I can beat somebody in a fight. It just means I know how to defend myself.
Well, no,
like
what
if
I'm-
somebody tried to put me in a headlock, I could get out of it.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying too is the fact of if Taekwondo was as popular as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in media and in fighting and in the world of mixed martial arts, if every champion came out and they're a Taekwondo guy and they're fighting the Taekwondo style, then that would be what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is. I'm just saying because it's not the most popular, it automatically sucks. That's what everybody thinks. This is what I was getting at.
I see.
Yeah, I didn't mean anything by it.
The bad. Luis Heel. Luis Heel. Falling apart at the seams, literally. So,
That was a good one.
thank you. So, this guy started the season heading into the start of play on June 20th, which was about 2 weeks ago. Had an ERA of 2.03.
Which, if you go back a week, it was under one.
It was under one. But even if it fluctuates, right? The ERAs fluctuate here and there. You give up 3 runs with an ERA of 1, then it's going to go up. And 3 runs, 6 innings is a quality start. So, but to your point, it was in the ones for most of this season. And this was including in June where the Yankees have been terrible, which we're going to talk about next. In his last 3 starts, his ERA is 14.90. He's given up 16 earned runs. He's had a 333 batting average against over that stretch. He's the bad this week. He just started on Tuesday against Cincinnati. He got hammered for 5. He gave up 2-run home runs.
I'm thinking they were the same inning, too.
In the 5th. It was rough.
Yeah. Well, I
He
think
went 4+. I mean, he retired 9 in a row at one point, and then I thought watching the game that he had his stuff looked good. He was throwing all 4 of his pitches. His stuff looked good, and then the 5th inning came, and it's that third time around.
I think he's gassed, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think he pitched 1 inning last year. It was like a third of an inning before getting hurt. Something ridiculous. I mean, the guy was on pace to throw over 200 or close to 200 or whatever it was. So I think the guy's gassed. I think this is a good sign for Yankee fans. Not a good sign for Yankee fans right now, but I think once you get Clark Schmidt back off of his injury, I think Clark takes that 5th spot, and then you can move Heel to the pen and then use him on the pen. And that's where I think he's going to be good for a while because baseball is seeing a renaissance, and I love it, of very similar to what it was like previously in the early 2000s with these really, really good prospects coming up, going into the bullpen, getting their arms ready, and then, hey, can we make this guy a starter? Oh, Jabba Chamberlain doesn't work as a starter, let's keep him in the bullpen.
Right.
Or you get people that come up and it's like, oh, Garrett Crochet for the White Sox, let's see him as a reliever and let's see how it works. They stretched him out for like 2 or 3 seasons, and then now he's dominating as a starting pitcher. So I think we're starting to see the renaissance of that, and that's how I love that type of pitching.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. And when Schmidt does come back, the last I saw, he's throwing from 75 feet, and if it were up to him, he'd be playing now. But the team said that maybe the end of next week, if not the week after, towards the end of July. If the Yankees can look, Clark Schmidt is not saving the Yankees. The Yankees need to get out of their 3-9 funk themselves. Again, one player does not make a team. The Yankees in June had the 2nd highest ERA in the league ahead of only one team. Do you guys know who it is?
I'm assuming Chicago.
No idea.
The Rockies. The Rockies were the only team with a higher ERA. The Yankees' ERA was over 5.5 runs allowed per game, per 9 innings. It's just obviously unacceptable. Case in point was yesterday, Tuesday, when the Yanks gave up 5 straight, midway through the game to the Reds, And they came back. Judge had another home run. They had a nice rally in the 6th inning. And they end up only losing 5-4. They scored enough runs to win a ball game, but they got tagged for 5. That's a hard score to come back from.
Yeah, I mean, especially when I think it's only the Yankees have the lowest amount of players on the roster with an OPS over 700 or something like that, or 800 or whatever it is.
And this is not the season's past, because we're into July now, and most of the starters are healthy. Most of. This is not last year.
No, this is, I mean, realistically, this is 2 players keeping the Yankees alive right now. 2 players keeping the Yankees alive and some timely hitting from role players, but you can't rely on a lot of these guys. I mean, we can get into this segment now if you want.
We are.
But okay, just want to make sure. But I mean, if the Yankees don't have Judge and Soto, this is a 5th place team, hands down. I mean, Glaber is. I loved Glaber. I was a big believer in Glaber. Now I'm like, they should have traded him.
He's average.
He's average, below average, if that. Rizzo looks like he's forgotten how to play baseball. He's been hurt.
Right.
Ben Rice has been a breath of fresh air. I do like Ben Rice.
And Anthony's playing fine. He's hitting 260. He's playing fine. 260's not bad.
I believe in his last 14 games, he's hitting like 1 something.
He's had a rough stretch, but so has gone the team.
It happens.
Well, right. That's just a patch. And like they've been saying on the Yes broadcast for the past 2 weeks, teams go through these stretches.
Yeah.
It's all right. Now you've had a pretty crappy month. You're still only 1 game out of first place in the division. It's not bad. It's not terrible. They can still run away with the division. I don't think they will. I think it's going to be closer than that. But all right, now they got to get back on track.
And I think this, I mean, hopefully, right, by the end of this month or towards the end of this month, we're talking trade deadline and we're talking about the next big players the Yankees got. Because I feel like there's a sense of urgency with the ticking clock that's Soto's contract. Because, we gave up a lot for him, but, gave up a lot for Soto, but 3-0. Gave up a lot for Soto, and we don't know if he's coming back next season. I think he is. I think he loves being a Yankee. Honestly, I think he's going to be a Yankee for life, for the rest of his career, I think. But this is a team where we have to make a decision on Stan. You have to make a decision on LeMahieu. You have to make a decision on who your outfielders are going to be. And it's, I do love Verdugo. He brings passion that we talked about, that I love that. I love Stroman there. He brings passion that we talked about. But you got to bring in, there has to be 1 or, honestly, 2 or 3, to be honest. 2 or 3 big moves at the deadline. And it has to be for a power arm out of the bullpen, and it has to be for an infielder and another outfielder, because Dominguez is still hurt and Stanton is shaky. You can't rely on DJ, and it's not good. The Yankees are not in a good spot right now.
You put it perfectly. Right. They're in a bit of trouble. And let's be honest, like you said, Giancarlo Stanton being out is not the reason why they suck. I mean, Giancarlo Stanton was having a very good season.
Average.
For his off-injury
yes.
standards. It was all right, good. But people saying, oh, when Stanton comes back, it's not.
I mean, the one thing that it does is it does change how the pitcher's going to look at the lineup, because, Stanton's that guy where if you're hitting him after Ben Rice, which is, it's fun to say, if you're hitting him after Ben Rice in that 5 spot, I really don't want to walk Stanton, because Verdugo's going to be up, and Verdugo's an extra base machine, and then it's like, ooh, well, if I leave something, Stan's going to crush it, so I have to strike him out, and then you start making, then you start trying to paint corners and you walk, and exactly.
You're in your own
Exactly.
head now. Like,
Whereas, I mean, when you look at the Yankees of past, it was always, a pitcher can say, this is how I'm going to treat this Yankee lineup, and then not change anything.
right.
Not have to think about how they pitch.
That was the last season's lineup, 100%. Oh, all right, cool. Judge, all right.
Yeah, let me get past Judge, and
Next.
everything else is a breeze. Yeah.
He was literally the only hope to do anything.
Mhm.
It was, but yeah, here we are. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, now it's your turn.
My turn.
Yes, sir.
What I do?
It's your turn. It's your time to shine. I will say. So there's a lot of NBA news.
There it is.
Tons of NBA stuff going on. I think we start with the easy ones. I want to get Chris Paul out of the way. I think. Were you surprised to see him waived
Absolutely not.
on the last day before
No.
his huge, what was it, $30 million incentive kicked in?
Yeah,
To his option?
I'm not surprised at all. I don't think he's past his prime. I
Yeah.
don't know why people like keep looking at him as a savior. Because I already hear these people, like Spurs fans and Wembanyama fans, talking about, oh, them together is going to be unfair for the rest of the league, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, at least Wembanyama is going to have someone that's going to actually pass to him and get the ball to him. But Chris Paul isn't Clippers Chris Paul. He's
No,
at
but,
the end of his prime.
but people still.
Not even Clippers. He's not even Charlotte, Chris Paul,
Yeah, literally.
or New Orleans at the time because it wasn't even Charlotte.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching when ESPN when he signed with the Spurs. ESPN posted a highlight video, and there were clips of him with the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah.
Or
I
the New Orleans
saw-
Hornets. I can't see. I don't even know.
Bleacher Report, someone posted the picture with Shaq and all the different jerseys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They posted Chris Paul right underneath all those pictures because Chris Paul's now been on the same amount of teams as Shaq has been on.
And we're not saying that he's not a elite player at one time.
Borderline Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
More
I
or
was
less
just gonna
Hall of
say
Famer,
borderline
right?
Hall of
We're
Fame.
talking about. Right.
But it's not
Borderline
anymore,
legend.
and people
No.
keep seeing him as a savior. I don't understand.
The Spurs are not going to be
It's not going to change much.
that much better with him.
But it will be fun to watch.
It might be a locker room thing too.
It will be fun
That's
to watch.
absolutely right.
Because it was disappointing to watch Wemby with his teammates that were just not teammates at all.
Right. All right, Kemba Walker.
I didn't hear the Kemba news.
Kemba
Oh,
Walker
yeah.
has retired.
Oh, he retired.
He retired. The UConn legend. I think had one of the best ankle breakers of all time.
Are you talking cardiac Kemba?
Cardiac
Yes.
Kemba.
Yeah.
Or onions?
No, cardiac
Cardiac
Kemba.
Kemba was good.
Multiple highlight reel moments, especially when with UConn. He's now on the Hornets coaching staff. I just saw that news. I want to thank Anthony Celentano, that Kiwi, my buddy, for that tidbit. The Hornet coaching staff one. I was not aware of that, and then I was like, oh, no kidding. But yeah, Kemba,
That's sad.
great
but-
career.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly wish he retired earlier because I feel like he went to the G League or
I think it
foreign.
was like China.
China, he was not doing good over there, and it was sad to see.
See, my thing, right, is if you were a kid or a teenager in the early, when Kemba was in college,
Yeah.
right? I know you went to a car dealership. I'm looking directly at the camera. I'm looking right at you. I know you went to a car dealership to meet Kemba Walker. We all did. We all went to go meet Kemba Walker.
Kemba Walker's a legend in this state.
Onions. That was my favorite call of all time.
Yes.
He just hit like it was in the cardiac Kemba era, but he hit like a step back three, and
Yep.
the announcer just goes,
Onions!
You're like, what? Like, okay.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
Oh, it's fantastic. A legend in Connecticut.
Indeed.
And just so loved by the whole NBA.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good teammate.
And then there's Bronny. And then there's Bronny. And LeBron. I was at my meeting with my team this morning, with my team at work. And I got a ding on my watch. And I had to do a double take. And I stopped the meeting and I went over to Anthony, who I work with at camp. And I was like, did you just see this? And it said that LeBron James just signed a 2-year, $104 million max contract with the Lakers.
Fully guaranteed, no trade clause.
So,
I know.
did you see Bronny's contract? too?
Hold on, we'll get to Bronny. We're gonna get to Bronny. We're gonna give him his. But I know I know he's LeBron. I know he has a case to be the best of all time. I know this. I know the whole thing. But $52 million each year?
And then you wonder why you can't get players, why you're at the max.
I'm never going to make $52 million in my life.
Unless this pod really takes off, that's on you guys.
The way it's tracking, if everything holds steady, I will never see 52 million. He's gonna see 104 million in 2 years.
Are you telling me he's now worth it?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that to a peon like myself is an unbelievably astounding sum of money. I can't even imagine what that's like.
The Celtics.
I'll
spent
take
$900 million.
$104.
The Celtics spent $900 million on their starting five, like extended contracts. Kristaps, Drew. That's ridiculous.
It's just an unbelievable number. It's just, it's laughably high. And yeah, he's worth whatever he gets paid. He's worth however much they'll give him.
Yep.
I know. He's earned that, right? He's still producing at an incredibly high rate. He's like
Debatably.
Sidney Crosby. Debatably the best of all time. I still think he's at the back of his prime. He's still in his prime. He's not really falling off.
Like what's crazy is LeBron realistically has I can see him playing for like another 6-7 years. Like
He's not done. Yeah.
The dude is. I mean, he's not even playing like time. He's not even playing like veteran time.
Yeah, no.
The dude's still playing almost every minute of
Literally.
every game. And he's what? How old is he? 38, 39?
I think.
And then there's Bronny. So Bronny got drafted.
55th.
55th.
Where did he go, guys? What team drafted him?
To the Lakers. Went to the Lakers.
What team does his dad play for?
The Lakers.
That's crazy.
So, there's already nepotism abound.
Not according to Rob Pelinka and JJ Redick.
All right, well, JJ Redick's got his own issues.
No
right now.
JJ slander. I love JJ.
JJ has got accusers, okay? There are accusers. I don't know, they're not founded yet, but there are accusers, okay? Out of the woodwork, it's amazing how that works. They land a job, oh, he called me a name in college. All right, let's take a step back, all right? Pump the brakes. Anyway, Bronny was drafted and he signed a rookie deal. Rookie. I don't know what the minimum contract is in the NBA. Do we know what that is? Can we look that up?
It's like
For like a second round draft pick.
I want just what the minimum
it's a rookie contract, which is usually supposed to be like
league minimum.
1 year.
What's the
10
league-
mil or something
what's
like
the-
that.
10 million?
Second round
20?
picks don't have a set rookie wage scale, but if a second round rookie signs a fully guaranteed contract that is typically around the league minimum, the minimum for a rookie player was set just above $1.1 million.
Okay, copy that. So Bronny just signed a 4-year contract. Let's not even include the money yet. A 4-year contract. $7.9 million. Not a year. $7.9 million. So he's making well north of the league minimum each year. And in fact, so the way that his contract is set up is that by his 4th season he'll be making well over $2 million a year. So he'll be making less his first 2, but he'll be making double the league minimum, more than double the league minimum by year 3 and 4. This guy's stats were terrible in college.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm not saying he's not a good basketball player, but I don't even know if I would say he's qualified to play in the NBA.
Not right now. Not right now.
I mean, these are my 2 things. I really hope he succeeds and proves everyone wrong.
I do too.
However, I need people to stop pretending that he's not on the team because of his dad,
Absolutely.
because it's just stupid.
Yeah.
But I also need people to stop being angry that he's on the team just because of his dad, because it happens on every team, everywhere else. The Nasty Sons with Tecumpo, the whole NFL,
Watt brothers.
the Watt
Glenn
brothers.
Gronkowski having a job for how long
Yeah.
he had a job. No, I get it.
It's everywhere. So people need to stop being upset about it, but people need to stop lying about it and saying, "Oh, he earned it, he earned it." Shut up. No, he didn't. He's on the team because his dad.
Nepotism.
But his dad is one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. So he kind of deserves it, honestly.
He found his way into he didn't find his way. He's lucky to have a dad like LeBron James.
Yeah.
That's making $104 million. I don't even know what he's playing, to be honest. He doesn't have to play. He could just sit at home.
Exactly, and that's why I respect him, because he doesn't have to play, and he doesn't even have to probably practice to have gotten this spot on.
No.
I mean, he's up at 5 a.m. for practices, training camps, etc. He's actually trying, so I respect it. That
He'll
he's
come
actually
off the
doing it.
bench.
thing, too, is
He'll
he's-
come off
yeah.
the bench, and he'll be fine.
And he's young enough right now. I mean, I was still somewhat growing in college. I was still developing physically as a freshman in college. You gotta remember, Ronnie's 18.
Right. He's gonna get bigger.
He's gonna get stronger.
stronger.
Exactly. And now he's gonna be on an NBA training regimen. He's gonna have his dad there to push him. I don't know if you guys have ever had your father as your coach. That he's gonna push you.
And again, there is something to be said about having arguably the best player of all time as your
your dad.
mentor and your dad. So it's kind of like the Charlie Woods situation in golf. I mean, he's not good because his dad is Tiger Woods. He's good because Tiger Woods is his dad and is coach, and he's also putting in the time. So Bronny earned
Let's be real. Not one of Michael Jordan's sons made it to the NBA.
right.
And they were trash.
Can you name one of them?
I could, like, 2 days ago when I saw the graphic
I'm
of
pretty sure
them
it was
in a
Marcus.
college game.
Is it Marcus Jordan?
I have no
I
idea.
don't remember.
Somebody fact check me on that.
All I know is they played, like, a college game and people were posting the graphic and be like, yeah, Michael Jordan's kids didn't make it. Like, why didn't they make it, but LeBron's did? And then someone showed the graphic, and they put up, like, a combined 8 points and lost the game by, like, 80 to, like, a D1, like, a D3.
We know Magic's son's not going to play in the NBA at any point.
Yeah.
Right.
D Wade's son most likely not going to play in the NBA.
You gotta earn it still.
Shaq's,
Two-
I mean, even Shaq's kids. The first two were jokes, but Shaq's kids, even Shaq's kids didn't play in the NBA.
You're 100% right.
I think my favorite part of the situation is the memes. Seeing people
Memes
say,
are great.
what is he gonna say when he's on the court with him? Daddy, pass me the
You
ball.
pass me the ball, Daddy.
Daddy, chill.
Did you see that? It was like when LeBron gets a technical.
Yeah.
Daddy, chill.
I think that's my favorite part of it.
It's good. It's all. Listen. I think it's all good stuff. It's gonna be cool. It's generating a huge buzz. It's just generating a lot of momentum. Now we have one more topic to talk about today.
Yeah. Speaking of not deserving, Ronnie not deserving the NBA.
We
We
have
have two
two.
more
We have two more topics.
I'll be quick. I'll be concise.
Go
I'll
ahead,
be
Anthony.
angry.
Take it away, Mister. Angry
So
pants.
I mentioned. I'm gonna look in the cameras today. So I mentioned.
We hope it's still recording. We're just
I was gonna
playing.
tell us to check halfway through, but I was like, it'll be fine.
We believe it.
I mentioned that the NBA, or excuse me, the NHL draft took place, and what that means is the NHL awards took place. And for those of you who don't know, the Calder Trophy is given to the NHL's Rookie of the Year. Chris, can you tell me who that was given to?
I barely watched hockey this year, and I could tell you.
It is Connor Bedard of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Can you tell me a little about? Could you just give me a 2 second? Give me the spark notes on Connor Bedard.
I'll give you one phrase. First overall draft pick.
You've also, what's funny is you've actually also given the only reason he won the Calder. It's because his name is Connor Bedard. He was on one of the worst teams in the NHL. Yes,
That doesn't matter.
Yes, the guy has a lot of goals. He's the only option. Who else is scoring goals for the Blackhawks, Chris? Nobody's scoring goals.
Not Seth Jones.
The
He
guy-
scored one goal and it was against.
Bedard had he had like a minus 11 on the season.
All right. Well. All right. Settle down on the plus minus. It's not his fault. His team is terrible. He cannot alone make a team be good. But what you're gonna say next, I agree with.
You know, he cannot make a team good, but he can make his unit good. he can fortify his unit, and the unit can then make the team better.
I disagree with you.
You don't think so?
But when you get to your point here, I do agree with that. See, the problem with
Hold on. My point here is Brock Faber should have won the Calder.
yes, he should have.
Brock Faber of my Minnesota Wild was absolutely Schmeckeldorfed out of, yeah, look it up. Look it up.
I don't doubt that.
He
but-
was robbed out of the Calder.
Okay. I think you're right in that he's a better all-around hockey player this season than Connor Bedard. Not to mention, Connor Bedard was injured for a pretty good stretch in the fall. However, Connor Bedard has the name, he's known, and he's a goal scorer, which carries so much more weight. It does. It sounds as if you're saying Connor Bedard is not an elite hockey player.
No, Connor Bedard is an elite hockey player, but he was not the best rookie player this year.
I agree with that. I think Brock Faber was a better rookie player because Brock Faber was so heavily relied on. He was on the top D pair
I can give
of
you
the Minnesota
stats.
Wild.
He was the top defenseman with the Minnesota Wild. It was him and I think it was Goose. I think they played Goligoski on that first line, which is love that for them. Faber finished second in voting, 42 first place votes. He had 47 points, 39 assists, which led NHL rookies. He blocked 150 shots.
That's the one that I wanted to talk about. That is a phenomenal stat for a rookie.
Not only did he block 150 shots, Brock Faber was on the ice. Oh, where was it? Oh, I can't. I just had it. Hold on.
But is this similar to like Wemby and Holmgren?
Brock Faber averaged 25 minutes on ice per game this season.
See, that alone is where I like to see that number.
That is insane.
That is a seasoned veteran number of minutes, especially for a defenseman. Especially for a defenseman on a team that had a fighting chance to make the playoffs at one point this season. He was playing meaningful minutes, necessary, required minutes, and he would have been in the first two D pairings on just about any team in the NHL. And I think he was more, it's hard to say that he was more valuable to his team than Connor Bedard was, because if Connor Bedard didn't play, then the Blackhawks would have been way worse.
As somebody that watched a lot of Minnesota games, if Brock Faber didn't play, Minnesota would have been horrendous.
I agree. I'm talking specifically from a goal-scoring standpoint. However, the assists that created those goals by Brock Faber would not have happened
Faber
either.
was running the power play.
And when you watch Brock Faber play, there was such a non-rookie confidence.
Well, I mean, and it wasn't even just this year. It was last year. I mean, the kid lost the national championship to Quinnipiac. A week later, he's playing for Minnesota, his hometown team that he grew up rooting for, in playoff games. In the one game that Minnesota took from Dallas in that series, the only reason they won it is because Brock Faber made a sliding, diving stick block. Like,
Listen, man,
the kid was in college 2 weeks ago.
I don't disagree with you, but I understand why Bedard won it.
I can get it. It's good for hockey. It's good to see Bedard the number one. You know,
If he didn't win it, it would almost be like blasphemous to the league. And the league wasn't going to let him lose it.
the problem too, I think, is the fact that if you look in all of the comments, even non-Minnesota fans are like, "No, Brock should have won that award. Brock
He
Faber
was
should
a
have won that
better
award."
player
He was.
this season. 100% agree.
Do I think he's going to be better? You know, I don't think he's going to be super. I think he could be superstar level. Brock Faber.
Oh, yes, he will be.
I think he's going. I mean, I think
He
he's
already
going,
is.
I think he's going to get a massive contract from Minnesota this offseason. I think he's going to be. He's going to be a 10-year captain.
Wasn't he on a 3-year deal? 3-year
Yeah, he has
rookie
one more.
after, yeah. No, he's got 2 more.
Oh yeah, I think it's yeah. He's going to be. He's going to be a
gonna get
10-year.
paid.
He's going to be a 10-year captain in the Minnesota Wild. It's going to happen.
Brock Faber is one of the best players on that team. Okay, he is an excellent starting defenseman for any NHL team. Any team would take him. I don't know that any team would take Bedard. But Bedard will fill out. Brock Faber's also a big dude. He's got a lot of size. Connor Bedard has to grow into himself a little bit. It'll be interesting to see next season in both of their sophomore seasons if they do fall into that slump that so many second-year players do in every league. Well, we'll see what happens. The other thing I want to talk about, right at you. Your franchise
Oh my God.
has brought such shame
Wait.
on the
Wait.
NHL.
NHL, okay. Just making sure we're on the right
Tampa
one.
Bay
'Cause
Lightning
we could have gone NBA too.
has brought such unimaginable shame
In pain.
and pain to the league. Why? I took a screenshot. I want to get
I mean,
this.
I agree.
Wait, I want to get it 100% right.
In the meantime,
It's right here. I
Okay,
got it
never mind.
already. Here it is. So, the off season is upon us. And Jason Zucker and Alex Wenberg, middling, average, NHL quality for sure, veteran NHL players,
can still score goals.
goal scorers, good defensive players. Zucker is a great player.
Mhm.
Both received 5 million AAV, that means average annual value, NHL contracts this offseason. 5 million per year.
From what team?
From the Predators and from the Rangers.
Got it.
The Lightning reportedly offered Steven Stamkos, that's right, Steven Stamkos, dubbed Mr. Perfect by Victor Hedman, the best captain the NHL's ever seen by Victor Hedman, I might add. They offered him $3 million a year. 3. If that's not the biggest slap in the face to the face of that team since Marty St. Louis left and Vinny LeCavalier and John Graham et al. Left the team, I don't know what is.
I don't know what you want me to say. I just agree. It's just the stupidest thing ever.
The Predators are like, yes, Tampa Bay, yes, and yes, every other team, because the Predators had the best offseason ever already. And they have Mitch Korn back from the Islanders, their goalie coach. I'm so jealous. I did his camp. The Predators are amazing, but the Lightning, man, what is going on? $3 million a year for the face of your team? In his prime still. One of the best snapshots / wrist shots in history. Unbelievable. $3 million a year.
That's painful.
I'll take $3 million a year. But Steven Stamkos is worth way more than $3 million a year. Like, way more.
I don't get it. I'm very upset about it. I saw that we signed Jake Gensel for some stupid amount, and I don't know why we didn't sign Steven Stamkos for the same amount, if not more.
Not only that, but Stammer signed a 4-year contract worth $32 million. So that's $8 million a year with the Predators. That's right, LeBron James is making $104 million in 2 years. But that's okay, hockey's coming a long way. He's making $8 million a year, which is exactly what he deserves. Right?
I'm going through a lot right now. And the Warriors are all having the same malfunctions.
Malfunctions is a good way to put it.
There's one player that Tampa Bay can build around, and that's Giannis Jerome Moser, baby. JJ
Oh
Moser.
no.
It's all going into the dumpster.
Oh,
The Yankees are garbage.
no. Yes.
The Lightning are going to be garbage. The Warriors are going to be garbage. It's over.
Quick shout out to the Islanders for signing Anthony Duclair.
The Islanders will be middling.
Yes, they will always.
Minnesota.
Give me 5 games.
Minnesota
5
did
games.
nothing.
5 games, boys.
Did you see, Chris? I didn't send it to you. I might have sent it to you. My heart is broken.
About
Did you see where Matt Dumba signed?
where? No, no. Not
Matt
Dallas.
Dumba signed in Dallas.
What is going on with the Wild in Dallas?
I can't.
They must know that you're married to a Stars fan.
I can't do it,
That's
dude.
such voodoo.
Dude.
They all go there. It's like the Rangers going to the Lightning.
Every one of them. I'm like, no, dude, he murdered Joe Pavelski on the ice. He was public enemy number 1. He's like,
And now he's on
2
the team.
years.
It's crazy.
Oh man, now he's his teammate. Well,
Pavelski retired.
oh yeah,
We ready to move to Grammys Grinders?
yeah.
All right.
My goodness,
Those of
we're
you
right
who
on
don't know-
time. We
Are
did
we?
beautifully today.
Those of you guys who don't know, our new watchers, viewers. That's the word.
Watchers.
Watchers seems like our new viewers. You know what, Nikki, Chris? Why don't you just talk about Grammy a little bit, and we'll
Yeah.
get these guys going, and then we'll explain. You guys can explain what a grinder is. We'll talk about our Hall of Fame, and we'll get going.
What about of grandmas?
I think so. So, I think there's something to be said that I can't go a day without telling somebody about Grammy, something she did. Like I always say, I mean, I don't think I could go a day without saying something that like our parents do.
Yeah.
Like I mention my parents every day, but that's our parents.
Yeah.
We love our parents, but it's our grandmother on our mom's side. I can't go a day today. I've already talked about her before this today, but I can't go a day without mentioning her. Like to a boss at work, or to a coworker, or to Melissa or Sabrina or whoever. I can't go a day without saying, "Oh yeah, Grammy." I said that like Grammy, or Grammy, or oh, it smells like Grammy's house, or something.
Yeah.
You know,
She was so ingrained in our lives.
it was such a special thing
It was.
to have a Grammy like Grammy. And some people giggle when I still call her Grammy, but that's what she is. She taught me how to garden. She taught me cooking. She taught me how to give more than receive.
Very true.
She never wanted anything. She just was a giver. Just always gave. Boy, would she be so excited that we were doing this.
Yeah.
Finally on the video and everything
Oh my
like that.
God, she would have eaten it up.
Eating it up.
Call up that video of you two. Call it up. Call it up on the TV.
Which
Yeah,
video?
video
Saying
was?
that's how she would be saying it.
Oh, call it up. Yeah,
Call
call
up.
that up.
Call up that episode.
Call it up.
Video.
Yeah. And then I just say stuff, and maybe I forced myself to do things like Grammy, or say things that she says to keep her memory alive. But I thought when she passed almost 5 years ago now, that somehow, some way I would forget things that we did, and there's just no way.
Anthony, I don't know if you know the specifics, the depth, but him and her were like an old married couple.
Yes,
That's what they were compared to.
you've seen. I mean, you guys saw the video I sent you guys of me and my grandmother. So
Yes.
me and Chris are very similar.
Yeah.
Yes, your relationship with
Nanny.
with your nanny, is
You
similar
guys,
to
you guys will meet her soon.
yes. Oh my God, she's adorable.
Was it
But
a good
yeah,
video,
but
right?
we were like an old married couple. We'd bicker and this and that, but we were best friends. When the day was over, we were best friends. I got into broadcasting because of her. She helped me immensely with broadcasting. I got into broadcasting because I wanted to, and I had very supportive parents. But Grammy, I called her every game and broadcasted every Islanders game or whatever game was on TV into the phone every game, every single game.
It's
She
true.
sat behind me at every hockey game. She's the only person I'd allow behind me. To this day, I still look behind me when I'm in the net, and she's always there. She's just there. It's just her spot. So yeah, that's Grammy.
Me and her were just homies. Like, we did stuff on the DL. For real.
Yeah, well, you were the first grandkid, right?
Yeah.
Um,
But also, I was into a lot of stuff she was into.
yeah, of course.
And no, and Nikki
She
and
was
her.
just into helping me sneak around and whatnot. Give me rides.
Yeah, she helped in every way she could, no matter what. She'd give gas money. She would do this. She's just great.
Wish I could have met her, honestly.
And
You do. She would love you.
And in any event, we named this segment Grammy's Grinders of the Week, which has now been going on for over a year, because she loved players on sports teams. She was a big sports fan, and she loved the players that were like the gritty, grinded out type of players. You really gonna mess with it? An hour and 15 into the show, and now they can see that it was you. Oh. She liked guys like Matty Martin on the Islanders, Cal Clutterbuck. She loved Noah Syndergaard. That was her Noah, my Noah. How'd my Noah do? Well, my Noah's not even anywhere right now, really. He's fallen from grace, if you will. But she liked guys that weren't necessarily the superstar.
Well, she hated show-offs.
But she did not like show-offs. That Ovechkin with his mouth open after he scores. She hated Alex Ovechkin purely because she was a Penguins fan and he was on the Capitals. So like just stuff like that. Every time he scores a goal, I think but yeah, this is our segment. And so sometimes we have a sports person that grinds it out. Sometimes we take a few liberties and do somebody that just had a good week.
It's like a modified player of the week.
Yeah,
With some spice, with some toughness, with some sizzle.
exactly. Sizzle.
We've had dogs as grinders.
We have a dog in
In the Hall of
A
Fame.
dog in the Hall of Fame.
The two-time surgery winner.
Don't we have a city, I swear, or a whole team?
I did a whole city once, not in the Hall of
You
Fame.
did the state of
I
Minnesota.
did
The state, my
yeah,
bad.
the state of Minnesota. We've had Livy Dunn. We lost that episode, but we've had Livy Dunn. No, not Livy Dunn. I'm sorry. We still have that episode. We lost the Cam Brink episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that one's out to
We have,
either.
we have John Sterling
Sterling is
in the Hall of Fame. Liam Hendricks. So
Yes.
we've had a couple.
We've all been on it.
We've all been a grinder.
We've all been a grinder. Yeah. And so this week I'll go, I guess. Shout out to the Islanders again for making their way into this. They're not my Grammys grinder, but Katie Ledecky certainly is. Why does that have to do with the
Thank you
Islanders?
for answering that question.
That's
I need
great.
the answer.
She is the niece of Islanders owner John Ledecky. Shout out to the Islanders.
There you go.
That is not why she's the grinder. She is the grinder for qualifying for another Olympics. She has dominated every event she's ever been in since the day she was born when it comes to pools. You call me a lifeguard? Well, Katie Ledecky could save probably anybody that ever swam. She might be the best swimmer of all time, men or women. Yes, I'm talking to you, Phelps. Shout out Michael Phelps because he is not even a human.
It's true.
Okay? But Katie Ledecky, in terms of when it's all said and done, when we're talking about being decorated, will definitely be the most decorated swimmer in history. She had a great trials week. She's obviously qualified for the Olympics. She has like the top 30 times in one event. I don't remember the event. But she has like the top 30 times ever. And they're all her. It's just ridiculous how good she is. So she grinded it out again. Well, she probably coasted. But they did the 10th, the 1,000 meter.
Don't ask me.
I think, yeah, it was the
Didn't she
1,000.
finish like way before the next person?
Yeah, she finished at least 7 seconds ahead. I watched it. I think it was the 1,000 meter. And each time down the pool is 50. So it's 10 times down and back. 10. I want to tell you.
That's nuts.
3 times down and back.
I was round one.
I did 3 times down and back to become a lifeguard. You have to do 3. With stops. With catching my breath. With getting oxygen in my
That's
lungs.
insane.
She's just out there coasting. Like on autopilot. It's ridiculous. Like and then she's done, right? She finishes the race.
Just hops out of the water, sits.
And she's just in there high-fiving the people next to her that mosey on in after her, who are also Olympic caliber swimmers, I might add. They're just moseying on. She's got time to take a sip of water, and then they come to the finish line. It's ridiculous. Katie Ledecky, shout out to you.
All right, so it was brought up that I'm not wearing. This isn't my grind, but I feel like I need to say this. I'm not wearing red, white, or blue. My shirts were either not appropriate or I could not find them. And sorry, little bit.
Oh, dear.
But I am wearing my Seabees hat, so I do want to give a shout out to my grandfather. He was a Seabee, U.S. Navy.
Shout out to them.
Go Navy, beat Army, as always. Go Navy, beat Army. Talking about the U.S. military, my Grammys grinder is a Russian man. His name is Matvey Michkov.
If you can find a graphic, go for it.
I can. Do you know who Matvey Michkov is?
Tell me.
Matvey Michkov was the, I believe, 4th overall pick in the Bedard draft last year. He plays for KHL. He was drafted by the Flyers.
Oh, yes, the last name, yes. Mitchell.
Now, the reason he's my Grammys grinder is he played for the KHL, which is the professional league in Russia. And usually, you're contracted 3 to 4 years. So the Flyers took him 4th overall when, debatably, he should have gone. They said if Connor Bedard wasn't, Sidney Crosby level of a prospect, Matvey Michkov could have went number 1. Guy's unbelievable. The Flyers took him at 4. I think it's a steal.
Yes.
They had to wait what they thought was going to be 4 seasons, 3 to 4 seasons for him to play. He said, "Nuh-uh, I'm coming to the US of A, baby. I'm terminating my KHL contract. I'm leaving money on the table. I might go to the Kremlin if Putin finds out, but I'm
The Gulag.
the Gulag. The Kremlin's the capital. I might go to the Gulag if Putin finds out, but I'm going down to Broad Street and I'm playing for the Flyers. And I think if he cracks the NHL next year, you're looking at your Calder winner, Matvey Michkov.
I think the Gulag might look something similar to this backdrop all around you. That's what I would envision.
I
it
think
looking
you're
like.
probably right.
I only ever think of the Call of Duty map.
Well, right? Does it
I
kind of
agree.
remind you of that slightly?
Little
The,
bit.
anyway,
Yeah, I reckon
it's like a
they'd be-
dungeon.
I reckon they'd be right.
Nonetheless,
Nonetheless,
great pick.
Matvey Michkov, welcome to the USA, baby. Light it up for the Flyers. That's a team I don't mind. I want to see be good.
I hate them. The opposite of what Ilya Sorokin did to the Islanders, I might add. He held out for long.
Did he hold out?
So did everybody else.
That's the thing is he does. It's not a typical thing. He said, "See you later." And move on
Right?
to us.
Good for him. All right, Nick.
All right, my Grammy. I'm upset. Genuinely, we talked about it already somewhat. But we didn't completely get to the Warriors falling out. And my Grammys grinder is Klay Thompson. And I'm gonna tell you why. There's a lot of rumors about him being as bad as Draymond Green, locker room cancer, etc. I don't care about that, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that he went to Steph Curry before all the free agency and whatever and said, "Do not use your influence to get me a better contract. I want them to do it if they want me." And they didn't. And he left. And I respect him a lot for doing that and for saying that, because he could have said, "Hey, Steph, give me more money and I'll stay." But he didn't. He said, "Don't do it. I want them to want me." And they didn't, and he left.
Right. All you want to be wanted.
Exactly.
I think that's a good way to be.
Exactly. So he's my grinder.
No handouts.
I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah.
That's solid. I think he's going to the Mavericks. I think he might, if he gets back to some form of a splash brother, he might be that piece they needed.
Yeah.
He's gonna be
He'll
perfect
be
for that
fine
team.
for
Catch and
the
shoot
Mavs.
off Luka passing.
He'll be fine. He'll fit right in there. Absolutely.
I agree.
Somebody was going to want him.
No kidding.
He's got gas in the tank. Great pick.
Thank you.
Well, guys, that was our first episode on video. I hope.
Hope it's
Still recording.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching and for listening. I think it was so much more fun knowing that we're on.
this can be seen.
That
Yeah,
people
yeah.
can see us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram at Sports and Spaghetti Pod, and subscribe to us on YouTube.
I would assume just sports and spaghetti.
Sports
We're
and
working on
Spaghetti.
it. We're working.
It'll be up by the time this episode's up because it has to be.
We got some behind the scenes stuff we got to work out.
Yeah,
we
some
don't
back
know.
in the house.
We don't know when this is going to drop. We might change the
Well,
date.
follow
We
the
don't know.
Instagram,
Follow
and
the
then you'll
Instagram.
see when the YouTube's live.
They won't
Exactly.
know it unless they watch this first. But in the future,
Well, yeah.
right?
Happy 4th of July. I hope
Happy
you had a nice 4th of July.
yeah.
Hope everybody has all 10 fingies.
Right, and follow us on TikTok at Sports and Spag Pod. That'll always be where you wanna. I'm gonna try my best to get this out by Friday. We're gonna. I mean, I got nothing to do
I'm
tonight.
thinking if we can brainstorm a little bit on camera. I don't mind Monday, just so you have a
Yeah,
weekend.
we'll see when I get it done.
There's not much of it. The only thing is football season when we do Bet the Rent.
That's right.
We'll work on that.
Yeah,
But
we'll figure it out.
That's a bridge we'll cross in a couple weeks.
I want to thank everybody for watching. If you watch for 1 minute or the full hour and 26 that we've been talking, I think this has been so much fun and the dawn of a new day.
Indeed.
All right, Anthony, take us
All right.
out.
That's gonna be Chris. That's Nikki. I'm Ant. As always, hug your loved ones. Chocolate chips are absolutely not chips.
And neither are Funyuns.
Yes, they are. Stack of Funyun. And as always, stay full.
That's done.
Was a good one, Buzz?
That was recorded. That was a fantastic episode. That was absolutely top notch.
You've gone almost completely from the news aspect of it, and I really like
That was
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
I think that was our best
That
episode we've
was
ever
really
done.
good. That one was awesome.
I think that was the best, the most fun we had doing a segment. Like the fact that you picked Funyuns was awesome. The fact
That's
that
real.
the fact that
Funyuns are my
I know. But the fact that he then picked chocolate chips was even better. I was like, this is perfect.
And all of this can now be TikTokable.
Guys.
Did it